This is the black man's first time eating fried chicken, then asks the driver where to throw the bone, but the driver just rolls down the window.
We do this. This is what we do.
The black man bursts out laughing at the sight, so he follows the driver's lead and tosses the bone right out the window.
There you go.
As they wait at the traffic light, a girl on the sidewalk looks shocked. A noble white man driving for a black man? That was almost unthinkable in 1960s America. But when the girl stares at him, Tony doesn't care at all. He straight up gave her an international friendly gesture. Who would have thought that just a few months earlier, Tony was a hardcore racist? When his wife offered two black workers a glass of water, he threw the glass straight into the trash in disgust. Tony worked as a bouncer at a bar. If anyone caused trouble, Tony lived! All the owner had to do was shout, and Tony would step in right away. He'd deal with the problem fast and clean, but that wasn't enough. Sometimes Tony slipped the cashier a little bribe, then smuggled out the most valuable items. Soon, the customer would be furious, and Tony would conveniently show up just in time.
My hat! Heard it was missing, so I looked into it.
All he had to do was pretend to help, and he'd walk away with the credit. To support his family, Tony was always hustling to make ends meet. Every day he came home at dawn, but one day, Tony went too far with a powerful customer. The bar was forced to shut down for months, and Tony lost his job. He needed another way to make money, so he entered a hot dog eating contest. If he could beat Fat Paul, he'd win $50, but Fat Paul could eat 24 hot dogs in one sitting. Halfway through, Tony was already in trouble. When his wife heard about it, she thought he was crazy, but rent was due the next week. He needed a real job first. On a friend's recommendation, Tony went to apply for a chauffeur job with a pianist. The office was lavish, even decorated with ivory. Tony sat up straight, impressed. But what he didn't expect was that the pianist, Shirley, was a black man. He sat loftedly in the chair, and the first question cut right to the point.
Do you foresee any issues in working for a black man?
No.
Tony had no choice but to compromise. Shirley needed more than a driver. He was planning a national tour. Most shows were in the South, where discrimination against black people was at its worst. Tony's job was to keep Shirley out of trouble and make sure the concerts went smoothly. The tour would last 8 weeks, with $100 a week, plus food and lodging.
I'm not just hiring a chauffeur. I need someone who can handle my itinerary, be a personal assistant. I need a valet. I need someone who can launder my clothes, shine my shoes.
Tony was desperate. He was willing to agree to everything except being treated like a servant to a black man. In the record company's inquiries, Tony's name came up more than once. People said he was a natural problem solver. That's why Shirley reached out. Tony finally agreed for $125 a week, but only on the condition that he was not a valet, and he'd rather pawn his favorite watch than be separated from his family. But the next morning, Shirley called. He agreed to all of Tony's terms. He even asked Tony's wife if she was okay with him being gone for so long. She was sad, of course, but Tony couldn't just eat hot dogs every day, so he had to go. Before he left, the record company handed Tony a green book, The Black Man's Guide to Safe Travel. It listed the hotels in the South that would actually accept black guests during the holidays.